we were really looking over the last couple of years at completely restructuring our English intervention and kind of offering it to as many learners as possible. So we were really looking at how we could maximize the involvement of learners, and obviously being in a school, getting value for money. And so that's where Lexia came in. We thought for it fit our idea of independent, student-led kind of progress and addressing very specific areas for learners, because obviously not everyone, especially in something like English, not everyone has the same difficulties. It's a wide variety of things. So we were really impressed with the variety that was available to us, and for the price as well. We just couldn't believe it. We just thought the value for money and the kind of the end of the deal that the learners are going to get from it is incomparable. It's the tailor-made, it's the student-driven, independent, and it's allowing them to focus on their areas of or their gaps in their English knowledge. They've got a bit more of an understanding, not necessarily the whole mastery, but definitely steps in the right direction towards understanding concepts or key ideas where they just weren't as confident with, maybe. And I just think it's been so wonderful for that, and to see that kind of progression being made. We do 2 hours of Lexia a week per class. So there are 4 Year 8 classes and 5 Year 7 classes. So it's our 18 hours of Lexia a week that I lead. They get 2 hours a week in school with me, direct, to kind of crack on and see what they need. And then from there, any leftover minutes, it's usually about half an hour, we set as homework, backed by our reward system, which is, I feel, like a real strength. Kids absolutely love the reward system. They're so eager for it, especially in Year 7. The main thing I look at is the data of the NGRTs, of the star reading tests. And, we've seen improvement time on time. We're seeing increases of like 2 years on reading ages, which is incredible. And this is the benefit of something like Lexia. If we make it consistent and embed it, Rome wasn't built in a day. These kids aren't going to go from around the 9 reading age to 13 in 4 months. It's been a steady year, but it's been the hard work that they've put in and the engagement with the program that they've had, which has enabled them to make these jumps and go up 2 years in a year. That's just, it's so pleasing to see that. There's one lad who I'm so proud of. He comes in and he works so hard, and he's so passionate about working with the software. And he came in this year and he was just over that 9 years, so he just fell into us. His most recent test, he's come out above chronological age at something like 13 and a half years, and I just saw that. I was so thrilled for him, and he was so thrilled as well, because he came in with a confidence quite low, which is, I think, where a lot of learners coming into with us, it's not necessarily their understanding of things. It's their confidence in the application of it, and even that practice in a low pressure environment can bring on huge changes, and that's what we saw with this learner in particular. He's absolutely smashed it. His work, according to his English teacher, has improved, at every review stage. And so, we were just absolutely thrilled with that. So our rewards are: first place gets £10 Amazon voucher, second place gets a tub of chocolates, like a celebrations tub, and third gets a big chocolate bar. They earn stickers throughout their time with Lexia. So we every time they complete one of the strands, word study, grammar, or comprehension, they get a sticker. If they complete all 3, they get another sticker. So 4 stickers for completing all 3 strands. And then whoever does the most units in the week gets an extra 2. So in years 7 and 8 and 9, they have the opportunity for 6 stickers a week. If not, they can still get 4. And it's led to some really healthy competition, we found, and just kind of that extra incentive to do that extra half hour at home. We wanted to definitely kind of reward learners for being here, because I think that there are times that learners can maybe see it as a negative thing, or something that they don't understand necessarily why they need that extra leg up. It's all about kind of, for us, changing that perspective and making intervention a place where they want to come, a place where they can progress, a place where they're, celebrated. And I think that the reward system that we've come up with really, really helps us do those things, and it's helped us massively, especially in the second half of the year as we've been tweaking it with engagement. It's really been a useful tool in me being able to see progression, both in terms of minutes and units gained. And as I say, with our rewards chart, it forces me every week to look at every single learner and see the progress they've made, and we can identify from that, how they're progressing, their needs going forward, and then from there, with the extra resources that provide with the Lexia lessons and the skill builders at the end. It's just been so good in allowing us to double check that progress and really make certain that, yes, they're on the right track, they know what they're doing. But we're a very data-driven approach school, so it's just giving us more data to look at and try and get as clear a picture as possible as to where every learner in intervention is. Keep on with it. Just give it time, especially if this is a new intervention strategy for you. There are so many tools that you don't even know about that will allow you to gain so much insight from a practitioner standpoint. And likewise with the learners, they need the time to progress. And I think just the software is there. The software is excellent in allowing learners to identify situations or topics where they struggle, and then it's just on schools to give it the time to allow those learners to get that consistent practice. They love the reward system, and they love the encouragement that we have. They really like the manageability of Lexia. They're allowed to have the choice, which is really important to a lot of our learners. They love being able to choose, and then if they're like, oh well, I'm not really feeling grammar today, I'll move over to comprehension. They love that because it means that they're not forced down one section or one idea. They can take it at their own pace, and that ability to just kind of break it down into bite-sizable chunks for them is so much better. They don't feel overwhelmed. They're not being hit with 30-40 pieces of information and being told to go memorize them all. It's easily digestible, which makes it in turn easier for them to retain. We came in, me, Jenny and Mel, with an idea of how we wanted our interventions to look like, and Lexia's just helped us achieve those goals quicker than we would have imagined.